good like voiceover stuff, huh?
Yeah, totally. You locked that door too.
Dude, that would totally suck.
Yeah.
Man.
I think what we should do too tonight, whenever we get done, is we should watch this footage with Chris and find out exactly what we need to try to get done.
Okay.
Because we're gonna, after we watch it, we'll have a better idea of what we do and don't have.
I think I will roll down the window just for a little bit. The sound's gonna be crazy, but you can.
No, it's okay.
It doesn't matter, right?
You can also turn it down.
Don't
count pop.
Absolutely.
It's really official.
Don't
count pop.
Absolutely.
It's really official. Oh shit! The shotgun is in it.
It's not showing.
So this is the part where
That's
you,
it.
you ask like personal shit,
No, it's
right,
in
Bill?
the frame.
Yeah.
You got a written out standard of questions here that
No, I kind of have it in my head. I mean,
You know what you're gonna say.
yeah.
25
Say it.
minutes.
25 minutes.
Left.
Okay, let me get you some extra tapes. All right, almost done here.
talk one for a little bit. Let's talk while you're playing. Yeah, I like that.
Is this out of the frame yet?
Yes.
You're gonna share.
Okay.
Got him up?
Okay.
Hey, let
Cool.
me tell you though, this is the best way to get any talking going is with cards flying.
The card's flying.
Absolutely.
Nice. Let me.
Rachel,
Give you some extra tape.
I see you.
I know.
I see what
but
you're doing.
You're so like, you're a pro.
Thank you.
Good.
Who wants
Good
the
job.
cancer chip? Who wants the cancer chip? Get the cancer chip.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna have it sooner or later.
Just so you know,
Oh.
when this tape that's in there comes out,
Well,
this
fuck
is
it.
gonna
I'm gonna
be
give it to Chris. See if you do get it.
KL027. And if you just write KL027 on this
Side
and on the tape
Mhm.
itself, and put it
That
in, we'll
either
do
me
it.
or you
We
is
just
gonna
don't
have
try
it?
to sort it out right away. I don't know what's going
But
on.
you're gonna. I'll take
I'm
that.
right on there right now. Can I use that pen?
What do you want to bet?
I have it.
So, it's
Whoa.
the first one to get it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Well, that's gonna make for some stupid betting on one part. But it doesn't matter.
You got everything?
We're all adults.
Yeah, thank you.
We
You
know
know
that
what the
we're
fuck
way
we're
behind.
doing.
You're not in it.
Bill,
Looks like the ace of clubs.
Oh, I need to be able to.
what do you?
Save it.
I don't have mine. I do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, it dropped down. You wanna?
Put it on your lapel.
Yeah.
Put it on your lapel.
I picked this shit up.
You
as
can
we
put it
go.
on the collar of your shirt too. That way it won't hang over the.
I have an extra lapel laying around. You wanna tag it up to your shirt?
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Where is it?
This feels like a place to smoke a cigarette and play some cards.
It
Drink
does.
some whiskey, doesn't it?
What do you think of the peace and quiet out here?
It's really nice.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, yeah. I live in Brooklyn,
Rachel.
so it's
Yeah.
a little different. Actually, no, it's really strange because it's amazing how quiet it will be sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of way out in Brooklyn, so it's like still like stacks of, you know, huge buildings everywhere and stuff. But it's like sometimes you'll be walking down the street and I'll just be like,
Flop coming.
weird.
Doesn't
Like
it get kind of
1,000
surreal when
people.
it's like that?
In this block, a couple blocks, and no one's making a sound. It's really weird.
It's kind of eerie,
Yeah, it's cool.
Gather your other pot.
but good.
Got pocket aces a little bit.
So you rolling?
Super.
Cool.
You got the cancer chip.
Cancer chip.
Bill.
So
Get
let's
into it.
let's start
Bill?
back.
I just want to let you know.
Yeah,
You should scoot back a little bit.
when I move my
When you move
hand.
your hand and your head,
Okay.
you're in it.
Cool.
So wave your hand. Okay. Don't do that.
'Cause
You'll
you're-
be in it.
Wave your hand, but don't
But
really.
as long as your head, like when you lean forward, as long as your head's not in it, I don't think it'll be a problem.
Okay.
Rachel,
How about
are you,
this?
are you wearing the headphones so you can hear my voice?
I don't need to wear the headphones here. But
Yeah, in case you can hear it all
Wait
the
till
time.
he's whispering, honey.
I got
You'll
you.
hear it.
What about this? Do you hear that shit? It's still intense.
Okay. So I guess let's just take it back
If-
from
Can
where.
it really? Can you really pick up?
Yeah, are you here picking up everything okay? I think we're good. So when we left off before, we started to talk to whoever that guy was in the front yard.
Dick
Let's call him Elkie for sure.
Let's call him Dick Ass for dumb.
DA.
Yeah. Dick Ass.
We were talking about Scott being like 19 or 20 and living in the front room of Lucky 7. And what record do you think you guys would put out at that point? At that time?
Mustache is wild.
So Mustache is Wild had just come out. And so what were you guys doing? You guys getting ready to tour or?
When Scott was living in the Lucky 7 house like that, we were getting ready to tour, and we had this guy Chad that had testicular cancer doing the booking. And he had one testicle removed, so we called him the Uniballer. And he was really good at his job. And he could book us throughout the country, even into Canada, and be like, "You're playing Toronto tonight, you know, this night, whatever." But he's a Uniballer, so that was kind of funny, you know. Good old Uniballer. That's it.
Where did you meet him at?
My ex-wife, Audrey, was married to him actually, and he was. Sorry, they checked. Gonna have to make a flop. Rachel, what would you do? Anyway, the Uniballer. I go all in.
Liar.
He's all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called
He's-
70 million to the 12 in the pot.
I go all in.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
Nice bet.
Well, I bet it's better than you had.
Bet.
Anyway,
I turned it down.
Chad was booking our shows, and it was called the Uniballer. Baby.
Anywhere in Canada.
Anyway, duh. That's it.
So you met him through Audrey.
Chad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he lives in Olympia, or I mean, just tell.
Yeah,
You
Chad went to Olympia High School, and he was booking bands. He called Black Booking. He just lost his ball though. That was just the funny part about Chad. Like he just gotten testicular cancer. He's like, ouch, I fold. You know, through his one ball. Like I fold through my one ball. Just sorry. This is stuff he cannot use.
I think you're going to get some, believe it or not.
Yeah, you get some spicy parts. Anyway, Chad through Black Booking had one ball. He got testicular cancer, and he would book bands, and he was really good at it. But that's how I met him through my first wife, Audrey.
And you guys, who was booking the shows prior to that?
Brian Sparhawk, Fits of Depression, the bass player. He was working through K Records, doing booking for all the bands. And when he said, like, I just want to do booking through all the bands, Calvin was like, okay. And if someone was going on tour, and he was like, I can get you this show in this city.
Whoops. Did you mean to drop that many off?
Do 12.
Okay.
So did you guys do a tour then after that record, after Mustaches Wild?
Yeah.
Yes, we did a tour.
Let's just record like me and my family like hanging out. Really,
You don't want that.
the history thing. Really, yeah. Yeah, we played in Japan. Oh, it was so killer. Oh, in '94 in Tokyo. Oh, it's so awesome. Oh, I totally don't remember what happened.
But really,
You know,
without,
that's how it is. Yeah.
without the
One of these
misdeal
is
or
mine.
the dickhead voice, though. For real, talk about Japan, dude.
Okay, in Japan.
You misdealt. You dealt yourself 3.
Right, your deal.
Okay, I'll deal. But for real, talk about Japan and
Okay, did you want to get to the hard shit?
Is that
You know you do. You didn't
Japan's
fly
like-
out for
Japan's
nothing.
fucking cool.
Ask about heroin. Ask about whatever.
So right before that though, let's talk about what it was like between the three of you prior to that period, like
Prior to what period?
when it was still, you're still having a good time with your friends from middle school, and you're playing.
From high school. Yeah.
You guys have met each other in middle school, didn't you?
We played lots of shows when we were still just friends from high school.
Yeah.
But before you wanted to ask me about the hard.
Well, so we'll get to that in a second, but so
Okay.
what was your relationship like, when things were still going well, between the three of you?
It was the best. It was. Those dudes were the funniest motherfuckers I knew, and Scott especially was like. He was the most talented physically. Could play anything on the drums, but he would also like crack your ass up, and it's like stop everything, and say something. It was like, you did not just say that, He was a very, very funny man. Yeah. Jared was like very smart, funny, but also you'd be like, yeah, I know, I get that. It wasn't just genius. Scott was like, Scott would say something and be like, I would never have thought of that. And it was the funniest thing you've ever fucking heard, you know. Jared was like, yeah, I have an afro. That's funny. But when we play together, I tried heroin. And it was the best thing I'd ever tried, ever. They'd never tried it ever, you know, and it was really good stuff.
Where was that? I mean, describe
In
the
Olympia.
concept.
In Olympia.
Like, how did that come about?
Well, for me, it just came about like hanging out with the friends we hung out with. They never would have done it, you know. I did it first, like being an idiot. I don't think I should talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
I'll talk about like why we broke up and stuff like that. Okay.
That was after self-titled?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
There's such a grin on your face, Rachel. Oh, I know you're not laughing, but fuck you. No. After self-titled, like, okay, the reason Cart broke up was really, I was into heroin a lot. And they were like not into that, and this is the part where like you cut film. There you go, take your hand off it. Anyway, I was into heroin and got deep into it and fucked it all up. And we ended it, you know. That was it.
But I mean, it was like was it like because of not getting along, or?
No, dude, it's because of drug addiction.
But that
Have a smoke with me.
took up all your time, or?
With heroin, it takes up all your time. Like, yeah, it takes up all your time. No, it's all you think about, and you need it every second of the day.
Christoph, come out of Peace Smoke Rock.
Oh, you're being called for a Peace Smoke Rock.
A raise.
Sounds so enticing.
There's no way I could have been broken from it at that point. There's nothing that could break you from that kind of addiction. And I did it for 5 or 6 years straight.
How long has it been now since you've used heroin, Chris?
Good question. It's been about 10 months.
How is that?
This is supposed to be the dramatic part of the documentary where I was like, tear. But honestly, it hurts a lot. And I'm so stoked that I'm not doing it. And I never will again for the rest of my life. Because I love my family.
Hoorah.
That's awesome.
I love my family so much, and I never will. I've been there so down. I lived on the streets. I lived in a tent under a tree, you know. I never will again. I never will again.
What gives you the strength to do that, to make that kind of change?
I'd say without these people, I would have no strength. I would have really minimal, like, you know, basis to like go on. But because people are here that love me, I'd say I feel totally confident. And I've had opportunities, I won't lie, to come back and be like, give me a shot. And it hasn't happened. So that's cool.
That's all I'm saying. Keep that fucking out of your arm, man. I love that you're here, and I love that.
See, my family loves me. See that?
Simple as that. That's
Yeah.
as simple as it gets.
That's all I want. She's like, oh my God, it's so sweet.
It is.
A documentary film, tear.
But that's
Yeah,
the real
it's nice.
shit, though. It doesn't matter if it's on film or not, though. That's the real shit. We want you around, period.
To be around.
Okay, the hard stuff you've been talking about, like that's.
It's not
I've
talking,
been-
it's talking about it in general, not just on film, you know. I want you to be around to talk about it.
Aunties.
So what was it towards
So
the end?
that's what broke us up, was heroin.
How do you feel about that?
I feel really guilty about that. I feel really lame. Scott looked in my eyes and he said, dude, you're all fucked up and we can't do that. You know? I said, I know. And he goes, well, you need to get better and we can't do it around you. I said, okay. But that was 10 years ago, though, you know? It's different now. Jared's in the Melvins. He's doing great. But to be the person that, like, broke it up, you know, because of heroin or whatever, it feels rotten, you know? But it's okay because I'm not that person anymore, you know?
Because you have to, I mean, well, because you are that person, you have to have a way to face it, right, within yourself in a way that is healthy for you to be able to go past it.
Yeah.
So
I want to get past it.
So I mean, what is that for you to be able to look at it and say, you know, these were my friends. This is what I did, and this is what it cost me. You know, but you did a lot of great things as well, right? It's like a whole thing. It's not just mistakes.
When Scott saw me all sick, and he said, hey, we just want to do something else. And it's not because you're all fucked up, it's because you are all fucked up. And it's not because of this, it's just because of this, you know. I knew, you know, I was holding them back. It really sucked. But those guys are my friends, and I feel like I wanted them to do whatever they were gonna do, you know. I'm kind of like the ghost member, the third member of the band. Like I feel like they were gonna do their shit regardless of what I did, you know. I got really fucked up, and had we stayed together, I don't think we would have been what they were gonna do, you know. Well, Jared is playing with the Melvins now. Scott's dead, but you know, that's his deal, you know. I don't
So
know.
right at that time,
I don't know.
when Scott came to you and was like, you know, it's not the reason, but this is the reason. You had that talk that you were just describing.
Mhm.
What were you thinking about when he told you that?
I was gonna go to treatment for 28 days. And he was like, I can't be around you while you're doing this shit. He said, it creeps me out.
Did you do it around them?
Never.
Or just be high around them?
All right, buddy. Here's the part where you want to talk about. Okay. I was never high. I was high around Scott. Yeah. He said, "You're high." It's kind of a bummer.
And what were their feelings about heroin?
Well, for them, it was like, it ain't happening, you know? Like, they were like, this is not going on. And if it was,
I mean, did they give you a reason for why they had the feelings about it that they did? That it wasn't?
wanted to break up,
No, that they didn't feel that heroin was a good idea. I mean, did they tell you why they...
why does
they
anyone say heroin isn't a good
Well,
idea?
no, I know, but I mean, did they ever tell you, like, communicate to you why they weren't gonna make that choice for themselves, you know? Because you clearly could have all done it.
There's no way anyone could think heroin is a good idea. They were smart guys. And for me, it was like, I had some psychological shit that seemed like a good idea to like quell it with heroin. It's too bad, but that's what happened.
And what was that? What were those feelings that went away when you used?
They're not feelings.
What is it that made you want to use heroin? I don't mean to be jumping in, but little tiny green lighter.
Let's cut film.
The tape is out.
Yeah, let's
It
go
is,
and cut it
it
in.
is.
Okay,
I can't, it's
Go ahead.
But you can't
almost
pop it
done.
out?
I can't pop it out.
Really?
3 minutes and the tape's done.
Is the camera on?
Yeah.
How come it's not coming out?
Because it won't
Oh, 'cause
do
it's-
it until it's over.
Is it
You know what I
rolling?
mean? Yeah.
Is it
But
recording?
There's only
3
3
minutes?
minutes. There's 2 minutes left.
Is it recording?
I don't care if
Oh,
it's
okay.
24 hours. I just want to stop.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't, I gotta wait the 2 minutes, but